to introduce you to our next magician.
I fell in love with magic as a kid in Africa. My dad was a diplomat, so he lived all over the place. Paris, Gabon. It was in Nigeria that I really got hooked. There were juju masters who could make it stop raining just when the parade went past. I didn't mess with that kind of magic. I liked close-up magic and illusions, so whenever we moved, my magic books came with me. What I love about magic is it's an evolving art, and magicians like me, we evolve with it. It's a way of stepping outside of our frames of reference to see the world in a whole new way, which led me to my deep dive into the evolution of consciousness at scale so we can get to a better world, a better future. That'll take more than 45 seconds to explain, though. Let's just say the trick I'm doing has taken a lifetime to evolve. My lifetime. Penn and Teller, I hope you like what it's evolved into.
Let's take a magical trip with Jonathan Steigman.
One of the things I love about magic is that the process of creating a great magic trick can be a fascinating evolutionary journey that can last a lifetime. In fact, there's a trick I've been obsessed with since I was a little kid. It's called the 50-50 prediction. That's where I correctly guess which of two things you're gonna choose. No, it might not sound like much, it's just a coin toss, 50-50, but if the stakes are high enough, Penn and Teller, I'm sure you guys would agree when you do your sawing in half routine, if you only restored your assistant 50% of the time, you wouldn't be headlining the fabulous Rio in Vegas, you'd be headlining a fabulous prison in Folsom. So I've been involved in this for years, since I was a little kid, and I came up with the first version. I was just dying to show it to my mom. Brooke, will you be willing to play my mom for this part?
I would love to.
Fantastic, nice to see you. And so for the first one, we started with the most basic 50-50, a coin toss between heads and tails. And you get to choose between heads or tails. In fact, I'm gonna give you an invisible coin. If you could take that coin, flip it on top of your back of your hand and see what you get. You get heads or tails. What'd you get?
Tails.
Tails. Believe it or not, inside of here is a picture of tails. All right. Now, I must admit, my mom was maybe a little bit more friendly than amazed because I didn't know the first rule of magic is that you're never supposed to repeat a trick. And I did it again, and I had my mom flip again, and this time she flipped heads, and I was so excited I showed her I had heads as well, which unfortunately maybe was not the best method. And this time I went through the years, I evolved my magic, and this time I did this one on my high school sweetheart. And will you play the role of my high school sweetheart for this one?
I will.
I should be so lucky. So for this one, you get a choice between vanilla ice cream and chocolate cake. Now, I should point out, Brooke, that one of these is a set of words that means delicious chocolate cake, and the other one is just plain old vanilla ice cream. So I could be trying to influence you if you're a chocoholic like I am, or I could be using reverse psychology to try to get you to choose vanilla ice cream. What do you think, vanilla ice cream or chocolate cake?
Vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream. Believe it or not, folks, it is a picture of vanilla ice cream. And just to reiterate, of course, only one thing in the envelope. We're gonna see anything else in there?
Nothing in there.
Nothing else, fantastic. And you're probably wondering, I have a feeling, I'm not a mind reader, but I think I know what you're thinking, Brooke. You're thinking, gee, if there's nothing else in the envelope, I kind of wonder what's on the other side of the card. Were you thinking that?
I was, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a picture of chocolate cake on the other side, so. You can see the method is improving, it's evolving, but it's not yet there, right? So then we had to try the third version, and this time I put my thinking cap on, and over the years I improved and evolved and transcended and included what I learned. And I did this one for my then wife. Will you play the role of my ex-wife?
Oh, yes.
You flatter both of us. You flatter both of us, Brooke. And this time you get a choice between a rabbit and a duck, two things magicians like to use when they're performing. I should point out that one of these is a cute, cuddly animal that makes babies, and the other's a mean, nasty little nibbler that walks around and all over the place. But I'm not trying to influence your choice, Brooke. I just don't really like ducks.
Okay.
So it's on you. What do you think, a rabbit or a duck?
Rabbit.
A rabbit. And again, only one card, only one side. You'll notice there's nothing on this side of the card. And if you look inside of here, is there anything else inside the envelope?
No, sir.
Nothing else, fantastic. And believe it or not, it is a picture of a rabbit. He's so cute, isn't he? Yeah, now some of you might be familiar with the famous rabbit-duck illusion. If I turn that over, it looks like a duck.
Oh.
Yeah, but so it's an ambiguous image, but it is coming along. You can see the progression, right? The method's progressing and stuff. So eventually I figured, all right, now it's time for what we call the boss level. Here we go. This is it, folks, the boss level. And this time, we're in the present. You get to be just Brooke.
Okay.
And this is the final version. Here you get a choice between Penn or Teller. You could pick the tall one or the smart one, whichever one you think that is. I'm not going to presume.
I can't win here. I can't win here.
This could be some reverse psychology. Now, I should point out also, as these gentlemen would tell you, whenever a magician starts pattering on about reverse psychology and game theory, it's probably BS. And maybe it is. But at any rate, you get a choice between Penn or Teller. What do you think?
Penn.
Penn. And believe it or not, if we take a look inside the envelope here, it is a picture of Penn. All right. The perfect 50-50. And just to reiterate, do you see anything else inside the envelope?
I do not.
And if I take this picture of Penn and turn it upside down, does it look like a picture of Teller?
No.
No. And is there a picture of Teller on the back that you can see?
No.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, the perfect 50-50. But wait. Some of you are probably still skeptical. You're thinking, hey, wait a minute, maybe this guy just took a shot and got lucky in front of Penn and Teller on national television. Well, I wanted to make sure this is the boss level for you, Brooke. So before we even started here, I actually made a prediction. You will pick Tails, Vanilla Ice Cream, Rabbit, and Penn.
Right
That, folks, is the boss level.
Jonathan Steigman. Wow. How long have you been doing magic?
I can't tell you because I'm obviously not old enough to have been doing magic as long as I've been doing magic.
Oh. Okay, does that mean you were doing womb magic,
No,
or
it's
what
like
do you mean?
I'm on like a 50-year journey into magic now.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
What's your favorite thing about magic?
My favorite thing about magic is just use technology to simulate the impossible. If someone says they do the impossible, they're lying, because once they do it, by definition, it's not impossible. In fact, a physicist once told me that if given enough time, nothing is impossible. Things are merely improbable. But since I don't have till the heat death of the universe to create those, I have to do the improbable. I have to simulate it. So I simulate the improbable for people.
Did everybody follow that? Jonathan, the way I see it, you've got a 50-50 chance of fooling them. Let's flip that coin. Penn and Teller?
Hey, how you doing, Jonathan?
Very well, thank you.
That's a really nice routine. One of the things that's great about it is that you do the 50-50 and then compound that into something that's not an easy guess that really is amazing. But I noticed in your package, you're really interested in expanding consciousness and so on. And you know that Timothy Leary, I don't want to get too much into talking about acid, but he would talk about having one envelope that we live in, and there being a secondary envelope outside of that that was the expanded consciousness.
Oh, yes.
And one of the things this does, it uses that expanded consciousness to see how the forking paths can end up at many, many different endings. Know what I'm talking about? So, we love the routine, but we don't think you fooled us.
I don't either, but it's been an honor to be here, my friends.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Jonathan Steigman, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. We're taking a quick break, and you can too, but don't go far because we'll be right back.